Hey everybody, so today we're going to go over an exercise called the bench supported dumbbell row, or if you're using a kettlebell, it can be a dumbbell row. Also known as just a general bent over row, but I like to use a bench to support because it kind of limits the additional muscles that get involved. We really want to isolate just our lats when we do this row. Okay, so this is one of the most important strengthening exercises for improving your posture. Okay, there's other mobility drills that'll work very well, but as far as strength goes, this is one of the kings of posture drills. Okay, so what you want to do, if you have a kettlebell instead of a dumbbell, just to pretend I have a kettlebell instead for learning purposes. You want to set up with about a squat stance, about shoulder width apart, maybe a foot or two away from the bench. Okay, next thing you want to do is slightly bend your knees and push your butt back. So you get tension back here on the hamstrings. At that point, you should be able to reach out with one arm and just kind of hold it right onto that bench for support. First thing with that I want to mention is when you're here, you want to actively drive force into the bench. What I mean by that is you almost want to be driving your palm into the bench and away from the bench. That way you don't have tension built up in the shoulders. Okay, so if you're here, right, pushing away, I see this a lot, is they shrug. Okay, you shrug and you get tension in your shoulders. So actively be pushing away. That's going to keep your back nice and flat. Okay, so that's the first step. Next thing is you want to grab the weights by bending your knees. Okay, then you're going to pull just inside the knee. Okay, so bend the knees a little bit, center it. I'm up. Now I want to pull inside the knee and back into the hip, like so. I heard a little bit of crack there. Okay, and I always see this and hear this. People think that you need a massive range of motion with this. Okay, your lats don't provide that great range of motion. So pulling right up to about where my shirt dangles, right where I just demoed that for exercise, that's about as high as you want to go. You see this a lot. It's people trying to come up here and rotating through the body. That's going to hurt your lower back and obliques. Okay, so right, bend the knees to pick it up, center it through the body, pull inside the knees, back into the hip. Okay, it's not that big a range of motion, and my chest stays square to the bench. One other point that you probably have already seen me do, I'm rowing back into the hip, not into the armpit. Okay, that's also going to bother your shoulder capsule and not be very healthy for it. Okay, so a few things to remember there: that active ready stance. Okay, equal weight distribution with your feet, driving active pressure into the bench, rowing back into your hip. It's a smaller range of motion than you might think. Okay, so if you're just building this into your program, think about 2 to 3 sets of anywhere from 10 to 12 reps, and depending on your goals, you can adjust the rest period, the weight, in the exercise prescription. Okay, so give this row a try in your program, see how your posture increases and your strength increases. All right.